Good evening, everyone. My name is Suzuki, the leader of Group 45, and today we will be presenting our topic, which the title is New Orleans Levee Failures During Hurricane Katrina in 2005. So, these are our team members. We have Ainu, me, Suzuki, Akila, Javier, and Dayang.
Hi, I'm Anomadia and I will be presenting the introduction part. New Orleans is a city situated below the sea level between the Mississippi River and Lake Pontchartrain, as you can see in the picture here. To protect it from flooding, a complex system of lifts has been constructed over decades. However, the city's geography makes it extremely vulnerable to storm surge and rising water. On 29 August 2005, when Hurricane Katrina struck, which is one of the strongest storms to hit the US, over 50 lifts failed, particularly around the key canals. This led to catastrophic flooding, submerging 80% of New Orleans. It's become one of the deadliest engineering failures in US history, claiming over 1,800 lives.
Hi, I'm Dayang and I will be discussing the causes and consequences of levee failures during Hurricane Katrina. Over 50 levees failed in New Orleans with one of the worst breaches at the Industrial Canal, causing severe flooding in the lower Ninth Ward. Some flood walls collapsed even before overtopping, showing that the design flaws not just because of the storm strength. Investigation by USACE found weak soil foundations and outdated geotechnical data. There were also inconsistent design standards and poor coordination among local, state, and federal agencies, leading to gaps in system maintenance and reliability. What's worst known weakness in the levee system had been ignored for years due to funding and bureaucracy. Authorities lack proper planning and response strategies for this kind of failure. In short, the disaster wasn't just natural, it was the result of preventable engineering failures and systemic neglect.
My name is Akularma and I'll be presenting on the technical and engineering issues related to the incidents. So the first issues that has been identified is the inadequate design and risk assessment, where the levee system were not designed to withstand the actual force exerted by the storm surge, and also the soil condition beneath the levees were improperly analyzed. Weak compressible soils contributed to the early failure. And the second one is the constructions and quality control failures, where the levees and flood walls were constructed using materials and methods that did not meet the required standards of engineering. The third one is the poor system integrations and fragmented management, where the levee system was treated as a set of disconnected components rather than an integrated flood defense work. And the last one is the environmental and ecosystem neglect, whereby the coastal wetlands that once served as natural buffers against the storm surge had been lost due to human activities and development.
In reviewing the New Orleans levee failures through the lens of Malaysia's Registrations of Engineers Act 1967, several ethical breaches are evident. The use of dangerously low safety margins constitutes professional negligence under Section 15(1)(g). The failure to protect public welfare and communicate risk violates Section 71(a)(d) and 15(1)(k). Additionally, poor geotechnical assessments suggest incompetence and likely non-compliance with continuing professional development obligations under Sections 41(e)(c) and 10(d)(c). The absence of peer review also contradicts Section 4(e)(d). Altogether, these failures highlight the severe consequences of neglecting engineering ethics and statutory responsibilities.
In this part of the presentation, I'll be sharing key recommendations to help prevent disaster like the levee failures during Hurricane Katrina. Firstly, major infrastructure designs should undergo strict reviews and peer checks using current models and proper site assessments. Secondly, engineers must stay updated through continuous professional development, especially in risk and climate-related areas. Thirdly, it's important to support transparent reporting. Engineers should be able to raise safety concerns without fear. In addition, assigning clear responsibility to a single engineering body ensures consistent inspection and maintenance. Finally, regular safety checks and real-time monitoring can help detect issues early and avoid failure. These actions reflect the core values of the Engineers Act, protecting the public safety, ensuring integrity, and maintaining professional accountability. The levee failures in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina were not just caused by a natural disaster, but by preventable engineering failures. Design flaws, poor constructions, outdated assumptions, and lack of accountability all play a role. Over 1,800 lives were lost, revealing serious gaps in engineering practice and ethics. This case reminds us of the need to uphold high professional standards, especially in critical infrastructure. Engineers must design responsibly, communicate risks clearly, and always prioritize public safety. It also highlights the importance of agency coordination and protecting engineers who speak up about safety concerns. Upholding an Engineers Act is more than a legal duty, it's a moral one. As the quote states, engineers are guardians of public safety. Accountability is not optional. That's all for our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.